Good afternoon. I'm Master Sergeant Alan East, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. It is my privilege to welcome you to the retirement ceremony honoring Senior Master Sergeant Wesley T. Clark. In keeping with one of the oldest traditions in military service, today we will formally recognize Senior Master Sergeant Clark, distinguished military service to our nation. We are honored to have Sergeant Clark's family in attendance, his girlfriend Alex, his daughters Kayla, Tara, and Annabelle, his sister and brother-in-law, Cherry and Dean. We also welcome all commanders, chief master sergeants, active and retired, and the men and women of Team Barksdale. Officiating today's ceremony is Captain John Mills, 2nd Maintenance Group, Director of Staff. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the presentation, posting of the colors, playing of the national anthem, and the invocation by Chaplain Holly.
Honor Guard, present the colors.
Halt. Present arms. Arms. Step.
If you're so willing, let us pray. Gracious God, today is a wonderful day of celebration. Hearing about the dedication and service of Senior Master Sergeant Wesley Skip Clark. We know it's been a blessing for him being a part of the United States Air Force team, traveling around the world and serving on multiple deployments, securing our freedom. For 25 years, he has served outstandingly as a supervisor, mentor, and a friend, ensuring our airmen are cared for and ready to execute the mission. But now it's time to start a new mission. Most importantly, there will be some extra time spent with Alex, Kayla, Kara, Annabelle, and the family. God, we hope Skip truly enjoys watching the Redskins and simply relaxing. And God, we don't know what work he may find, but we know as a maintainer, he will not have idle hands for long. So God bless Skip's relationship with Alex and the family. Keep his family safe as they travel home. Bless our leaders and keep all our deployed members safe. In the name of Jesus Christ I pray. Amen. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Mills.
All right, well, good afternoon. Thank you all for taking time to come out and celebrate the career of Sergeant Clark. We'll get back to you in a second. I want to take some time and recognize family members first. His sister, Sherry, is visiting with her husband and brother-in-law. Dean, thank you. You've got 20 years of service under your belt as a tech sergeant retired. I appreciate your service and personally want to thank you for everything that you've done for this great country. So thank you. He's got other family in town as well. His daughter, Kara, Kayla, Annabelle, and his girlfriend, Alex. I know you all mean the absolute world to your dad, and I know you all are very, very excited about the opportunity to spend more time with him. And I'm jealous that you do. So thank you for being here and all the love and support you have. Thank you for that wonderful rendition of the national anthem. I've never heard an electric guitar rendition of the national anthem at any sort of military ceremony. That is very unique. That's very much how Sergeant Clark and Alex are, and that's just very neat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Chaplain Holly. Thank you, Sergeant Alanese and Sergeant Bills for everything you've done to support this, as well as the rest of the NXOP guys with Sergeant Friel, Airman Friel, and Sergeant Bridges. So thank you for everything that you guys have done. Now back to the reason why we're here. Celebrating the 25-26, I rounded up 26-year career that you had. And I gotta tell you, when he asked me to do this, I was his second pick, by the way. I will not hold that against you, but you may get a second pick effort out of this speech. But I will say this, I was intimidated when he asked me to do this, and then looking through his career, I became even more intimidated. And one of the reasons why is the age difference, which we'll get into here in a second. So many people probably don't know this. I did not know this until I was doing research. He actually requested to graduate high school early. So instead of graduating in spring of 1993, he graduated in the winter of 1992, so he could go enlist in the military. That's a neat fact. I have not seen that too many times or ever really heard of anybody requesting and then being able to graduate high school. But when he went to basic military training, I was this many years old. So there's a little bit of an age difference. So that's, yeah. Graduated BMT, went to tech school, graduated tech school as a B1 crew chief, was stationed at McConnell while B1s were still at McConnell. He was only there for about 10 months, and he arrived and they said, nope, we can't do this anymore, so they shut down the B1 units and sent off the B1s to different units, including the personnel, and he went from McConnell to Dyess, where he spent the next 12 years of his career at Dyess Air Force Base in Texas. They were not a boring or a quiet 12 years by any stretch of the imagination. 1997, Kayla was born. And I think as any parent here will tell you, your life changes forever when your first kid is born. And your life changed, your perspective changed, your priorities changed. And you had that impact on. But it wasn't long after that you got busy back again in the military, because in December of 1998, Desert Fox kicked off, and Skip deployed to Oman in support of Operation Desert Fox. It was the first time the B-1 was ever used in a conventional role. Quick history lesson, the B-1 was actually developed to be a nuclear deterrent asset against the Soviet Union. When the Soviet Union collapsed, a lot of people speculated whether or not we needed a supersonic nuclear bomber. However, the B-1 community thought otherwise, and they adapted from a nuclear role to more of a conventional role. And you had a huge part in that. What you did in Oman and how you supported multiple maintenance issues that led up to the B-1s being used. It was only a 4-day operation. However, I think the work that went into it was far exceeding, and I think the memories that you have far exceed everything that you could possibly have put into Operation Desert Fox. Comes back from Operation Desert Fox. Actually, one other thing real quick about Desert Fox. When I was a kid, again, this is going back to the age difference. I was given a DVD series called Striker Force, and one of those DVDs actually was about a 40-minute video on the B-1s at Desert Fox. I watched that. I always thought that was so cool to see those crew chiefs and those pilots and what they went through. I'm like, man, that's so neat, and I had no idea that I was actually working with one eventually, right here. So one day for lunch, brought him in after he was retired. We sat down and watched that video, and he knew, oh, that's so and so, that's so and so, and it was so neat to have that DVD be brought to life by your experiences and what you did. And I will cherish that DVD now for the rest of my life. So it comes back, and the unfortunate and tragic event of 9/11 happened. I think that was another defining moment in your career. And you deployed again. You went right back to Oman. You took the B-1. You got your aircraft that you were assigned to as a dedicated crew chief, spun up, deployed. Your aircraft flew 28 combat sorties and released 116 JDAMs, supporting the 405th Air Expeditionary Wing's 2,603 combat hour program, releasing 829 JDAMs, 24 Mark 84s on Al-Qaeda and Taliban targets in Afghanistan. Rightfully so, you earned the Commendation Medal for those efforts. Then Kara was born in 2004. And the unthinkable happens where your life changes yet again, right? Your love just continues to grow. And now, instead of being responsible for one kid, you're responsible for 2 kids, as mine's making noise right now. Your aircraft 860123 becomes the wing commander's aircraft. And all of a sudden now you're working for a colonel and making sure that his airplane is consistently ready to go, and it was. And reading through your EPRs, you did a standout job of getting that airplane ready to go at a moment's notice for the wing commander. Then in 2006, he PCS to Barksdale, where you've been again for about 12 years. Took over as the 12 driver, as a supervisor for crew chiefs. You expanded and grew your expertise in a different MDS, still in the bomber world, in the 8th Air Force, who's in charge of the air assets for Global Strike Command, said, hey, you come here. They pulled you up and you worked for Global Strike Command for 2.5 years as the superintendent for the Aircraft Maintenance Division, as well as a separate duty as a war planner. I think you gained a lot of neat experiences in understanding why we do what we do, and that equipped you very well when you came back as a pro super and started to prioritize maintenance and prioritize what needs to happen, as any pro super who has done that job, sorry, obviously I'm just looking at you being one, understands that the difficulties and challenges that faces. Did that job well enough that you got pulled up to be the lead pro super. And for your respective AMU, you were in charge of multiple shifts and making sure that maintenance is concurrent, not just on your shift, but your shift, swing shift, and mids, making sure that those priorities are known and communicated throughout. Then you landed here to be the superintendent for programs and security, managing the PRP program and the security program for the 2nd Maintenance Group. Not a small task. Not at all a small task. Then you had Annabelle and decided to punch out. You see what happens when we give our military service for 21 days? They decide they don't want to come back. He left on paternity leave, and we had a long-term goal on how we were going to be able to bridge different manning gaps. He comes back from paternity leave and says, nope, buttons pressed on out. I don't blame him, because family is important, and this is a family business. Your education includes a bachelor's degree in political science, a master's in business emphasized in organization management, both from AMU. Your decorations include Air Force Achievement Medal, Air Force Commendation Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, and Air Force Meritorious Service Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster. So what next? What next? Well, you all should be very, very proud. You all should be extremely proud of the accomplishments that Skip has had over the 26-year career in the United States Air Force. You will probably take time and reflect and relish in the few short words that you're going to hear. Relieved from active duty. Not my intent. But that desire that you have to grow, to serve, to lead is going to come up again, and you're going to get a new job. And you're going to do what I know you do best, and that is lead with passion. And you're going to take care of the people that work with you, that you work for, that work for you. You are going to be that true leader. And as a young officer, still very early in my career, I appreciate the mentorship that you've had with me. And I'm grateful for everything, all those little private, informal conversations. And I joke that you're a rusty old crew chief, but that perspective of taking care of your airmen is going to be what I take forward out of this job. So, enjoy these moments. Cherish this. Because you guys are going to get an incredible member back in your all's corner. Like he's always been in your corner, but he's going to be there way more often. And showing that love and support for you all that you have given him over the course of his career. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the Air Force Service Medal. Attention to orders. This is to certify the President of the United States of America, authorized by Executive Order 16 January 1969, has awarded the Military Service Medal, 1st Oak Leaf Cluster, to Senior Master Sergeant Wesley T. Clark for military service 1 June 2013 to 13 September 2018. Senior Master Sergeant Wesley T. Clark distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Programs and Resource Superintendent, 2nd Maintenance Group, 2nd Bomb Wing, Barstow Air Force Base, Louisiana. During this period, Sergeant Clark oversaw the preparation of Exercise Global Thunder 2017. He led and trained a team of 123 airmen to produce the fastest B-52 generation to date in the Air Force Global Strike Command, an incredible 18 hours below the standard. His actions helped the wing earn the 2017 Omaha Trophy as the best bomb wing. Additionally, Sergeant Clark's leadership provided vital preparation for a robust 2nd Bomb Wing Flying Hour program and combat commander tasking. He mentored 10 production staff members to over 300 airmen to generate aircraft that supported Air Force Central Command operations Freedom Centennial and Inherent Resolve. The team under his guidance ensured a successful return of the mighty B-52 to the area of responsibility, a first in over 10 years that employed 4,857 weapons and eliminated over 3,600 enemies targets. Finally, Sergeant Clark organized 2 Typhoon evacuation operations where 5 aircraft and 30 personnel were redeployed from Anderson Air Force Base to Ford Operation Location to protect critical assets and allow for the continued strategic deterrence program. The singular distinctive accomplishment of Sergeant Clark accumulated a distinguished career in the service of the country and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Signed, Michael J. Colbert, Colonel, U.S. Air Force, Commander, 2nd Maintenance Group. Please remain standing for the reading of the retirement order.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force Special Order Number AC-012801 dated 26 June 2018, effective 30 September 2018. Senior Master Sergeant Wesley Clark, you are relieved from active duty. 2nd Maintenance Group, Barstow Air Force Base. Retired effective 01 October 2018 per Air Force Instruction 36-3203 in the grade of Senior Master Sergeant by order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated for the remaining. Please be seated for the remaining presentation. Captain Mills will now present Sergeant Clark with the retirement certificate. First certificate of retirement, it reads, from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. To all see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Senior Master Sergeant Wesley Clark, having served faithfully and honorably, is retired from the United States Air Force on the 1st day of October 2018. Signed, David L. Goldfein, Chief of Staff, United States Air Force. Certificate of Appreciation from the President. Senior Master Sergeant Wesley T. Clark, I extend to you my personal thanks and a sincere appreciation of our grateful nation to your contribution of honorably service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of the nation during critical time in its history with devotion to duty, spirit of sacrifice, and keeping with your proud tradition of military service. I trust that in the coming years you will maintain an active interest in the armed forces and the purpose for which you serve. Those who follow in your footsteps will draw inspiration from your commitment, dedication, and sacrifice made to ensure protection of our American freedoms. My best wishes to you for happiness and success in the future. Signed, Donald J. Trump, Commander-in-Chief. Senior Master Sergeant Clark also has certificates of appreciation from former President H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, and William J. Clinton. Captain Mills will present a certificate of appreciation to each of his daughters, Kayla, Kara, and Annabelle, to recognize their contributions to the Air Force. Ladies, please come forward. In grateful appreciation, the United States Air Force presents a certificate of recognition to Kayla, Kara, and Annabelle for the commitment and numerous contributions that made positive impact to the nation's defense. Thank you for the support which gave strength and purpose to your father's service. Signed, Colonel Michael J. Colbert, Commander, 2nd Maintenance Group.
He's like,
Thank you, Captain Mills, Kayla, Kara, and Annabelle. You may be seated. Sergeant Bridges. For the gift presentation, Sergeant Bridges.
So we just got him a small token from the maintenance staff. Someone out there told me that we were the most relaxed section in the Air Force. So figured it's that. But then on the back, crusty old crew chief, and then Friday mornings, every morning he walks in, first thing he says is, "So what time are we going home today?" So it's reflected on the bottle. So I figured the least we could do.
So on behalf of Colonel Shapen and Chief Woods, they wanted to present a group coin to you. So to thank you for your dedication and service to the Second Maintenance Group. So unfortunately, neither one of them could be here due to scheduling conflicts, but thank you, and they wish you the best of luck.
Senior Master Sergeant Clark, we have one last presentation to make. United States Air Force Shadow Box is rich in military tradition. The Shadow Box, as its name implies, shadows your military career. The box reflects the selfless dedication to duty and many personnel sacrifices made during your military career.
Okay.
Push the button.
Huh?
Oh, it's a plug.
Oh, do I get to plug it in? Okay, I'm sorry. You handed this to me for a reason.
You didn't practice this part. Oh, you got a remote? I don't know how to do it.
Just push them all, it'll be okay, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh, shoot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Master Sergeant Wesley T. Clark, United States Air Force, retired.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to read this so that way I get through it without, yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Let me start off by getting the thank yous out of the way. Captain Mills, thank you for officiating today's ceremony. It is an honor for you, to have you here, speaking on my behalf and saying nice things about me. When I first heard we were getting a director of staff up here at the group, my first thought was, oh great. He's going to come in here with guns blazing and trying to save the world. With you, that didn't happen. You came here and listened and learned. I have the utmost respect for you, sir. Not because you're an Air Force officer, but because of the person you truly are. You're a man of faith and a man of family. To me, that is highly respectful. Stay true to those two things, Captain, and you will become a great leader in your career. Thank you, sir. Brandy? I've known Brandy since 2006. I was a young tech sergeant fresh from another aircraft, as you heard, and Brandy was a remarkable crew chief out there on the flight line. I quickly knew who was going to lead me in the right direction and teach me what I needed to know about the B-52. It was Brandy. Over the years, Brandy and his family have become close friends of mine. We have laughed, we have cried, we have drank together, and we drank together some more. Brandy, it has truly been an honor serving beside you. Thank you for being part of this day. Eric? The first time I met Eric, he was dressing in gear that he had hanging in his backyard tree. He had just moved in and wanted to make a good impression by scaring the hell out of my daughters. The second time I spoke to Eric was the time that his wife knocked on my door, introduced herself, and she didn't ask for a cup of sugar. Instead, she told me that they had been out watching the parade, and Eric wasn't capable of driving his old Bronco home and asked me if I could go with her to pick it up. So the second time I met Eric was when I got to be an Uber driver with him, with him in the back seat. This all happened last week. Eric, you and your family mean the world to me. I thank you for standing beside me today, and I look forward to driving you home as needed. Lane, my POC for today's ceremony. Thank you for enduring the pain of setting up a ceremony like this. This is your first one, and I know it won't be your last. And at least I can say today I was your first. A retirement ceremony. Gets better. A retirement ceremony is the last official thing I would do in the Air Force. I appreciate you being part of it. Thank you, and good luck to you in your future.
Thank you.
Raz? Yeah. The man, the myth, and the legend. Oh, yeah. Thank you for taking the time out of your day and documenting today's events. The pictures you take today will go in my history book and will be passed on to my children, my grandkids, and so on. For Annabelle, she will never remember her dad in uniform, but she will always remember and be able to look back at the pictures. Raz, thank you. Chaplain, thank you for the invocation today. We all live our lives to the best of our abilities, and sometimes we forget that a higher God is always there guiding us. I'm not sure if he requires a prayer from us before he guides us, or if he waits, listens, and then responds to our needs, wishes, and wants. But I do know that he answers every prayer. Thank you for my prayer today. I'm a Lord. Alex, where do I begin? First off, thank you for playing the national anthem. You did an amazing job, and I know it's hard in front of a crowd. And I look forward to you not practicing anymore at the house. It does put Annabelle to sleep. Seriously though, life is a mystery, and we never know what's going to happen next. You became a part of my life a short time ago, but our relationship has grown into something remarkable. You are truly a selfless person that I admire, respect, and adore. I look forward to spending the rest of my life beside you. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I do know that I will be there. But you and I will be there teaching Annabelle the simplest things in life. We'll be there helping Kara mature into a bright young woman, and we'll be there guiding Caleb further into adulthood. Thank you.
The PDA.
Kayla, Kira, and Annabelle, today might be about celebrating my career in the Air Force, but this ceremony isn't for me. It's for you guys. Kayla, you have endured 20 years of being an Air Force brat. My first deployment started hours before your first birthday party, and it lasted until after your first Christmas, and I missed it. Over the years, there were many more occasions that I wasn't there for. Not because I didn't want to be there, but because I had signed up to be more than just a father. I was also serving this great nation. Actually, we were all serving this great nation in our own little way. Without you, I didn't have a reason, but because of you, I had every reason. And thank you for understanding. Thank you for all the cards, letters, and phone calls when I wasn't there. Thank you for brightening my day when it needed some light. Thank you for being an awesome young adult. I think you know I am here for you now more than ever. Thank you for missing work, traveling, and being here today. It means the world to me. big sister, you've had to endure many lost occasions as well. While I was assigned to the 8th Air Force, I went on about 17 trips in a short few-year period. You had no idea if Daddy was coming or going half the time. As a young child, I have no idea how that could possibly feel, but I can assure you that that's over. You're beautiful, intelligent, and emotionally strong for your age. You amaze me in how resilient you are, and I know that you have a lifetime of great accomplishments ahead of you. I look forward to helping you in any way possible, baby girl. Annabelle, how can I put this so you'll understand? Goo Goo, Gaga, the Itsy Bitsy Spider, Green Eggs and Ham, Rockabye Baby. Yes, I'll change your diaper as soon as we're done here. Annabelle may not have no idea what's going on here today, but someday she may read this. So there's a reason why I'm reading this. Annabelle, by the time I officially retire, you will be 4 months old. You will have no idea what it is like to see your daddy in a uniform. You will have no idea what it is like to see me deploy, go TDY, or work 12-hour shifts for extended periods of time. You will never see me come home covered in grease, sweat, and smelling like jet fuel. Unlike your sisters, you will know me as someone totally different, someone that none of us know yet. But remember, like your sisters, I will be there for you as much as I can be. I look forward to seeing you mature and being as amazing as your 2 sisters are. Remember though, you still have that military brat in you. Not from me, but from your mommy. She gets fires too, she's got one. Sherry and Dean. Hello. Caught you recording. Thank you both for traveling here to be here today. Dean, today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you for spending it with me. Sherry. Sherry's my oldest sister. Way older than me.
Rude.
That's not it. Sherry's the reason why I stand here in uniform today. Back in 1992, she was a staff sergeant, and I believe it was either my 17th birthday or the day after my 17th birthday. But she took me to a recruiter in Tampa, Florida, and I signed up under the delayed enlistment program. A few months later, I was gone. Sherry, thank you for leaving. I appreciate it. All right, last part. For the rest of you here today, thank you. I am truly humbled. Some of you are here today to celebrate with me, while I'm sure there are a few of you that just want to make sure I actually retire. I was recently, and I think jokingly, called a crusty old crew chief. And then again today. Some people probably think that is a bad thing. I took it as my greatest accomplishment in the Air Force. You see, to become a crusty old crew chief means that I had to endure a long career. A career of many obstacles, many challenges, many types of personalities, leaders, managers, good and bad policies, changes, overreactions, and micromanagement, just to name a few. I get to say that back in my day, we did it this way or that way. I get to say that I have been there and done that. Hell, I got so many damn t-shirts that ain't even funny. To be a crusty old crew chief means that I have acquired years of experience. I have seen it all, or at least I have seen what I could in my 25-year era. If I was being a smartass at a meeting or overreacted to a decision, it was probably because I had already been there and done that. If I looked at you funny, there was a good reason. If I was understanding, it was probably because I had done the same thing or I would have. If I fought hard for you, it was because I had faith in you, your mechanical abilities, your knowledge, your expertise, your experience, and your future possibilities. for everything I did, I had a reason. Today's Air Force is definitely not like it was back in 1993. In some circumstances, it was better, and in other ways, it is worse. But I can say that I have been a little bit of the reason for both. Yes, I am a crusty old crew chief. The next time you run into a crusty old crew chief, specialist, or an honor, pay a little bit more attention to them. You never know their story, and you may learn something. Again, thank you for all coming out today and sharing this moment with me. The Air Force establishment has been part of my life. My blood is thick with jet fuel, hydraulic fluid, and engine oil. My heart is filled with happiness, and my head is filled with lasting memories because of the great people that have served with me, which is all of you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for helping us honor the career, dedication, and service of Senior Master Sergeant Wesley T. Clark. This concludes today's ceremony. Sergeant Clark and his family sincerely appreciate your presence at this unforgettable occasion. Please stand for the singing of the Air Force song, the departure of the official party and family. We invite you to join us for a reception immediately following the ceremony in the Gunner's Lounge. Again, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, soon to meet our thunder. Attaboys, give her the gun, give her the gun. Down we dive, striking our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, go down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Excuse me, sir. Ready to get to work?
Yeah, I know. She woke up and she says, "Here I am."
Don't be retired. I'm gonna go get the computer in a couple weeks. I checked my email the other day. I had 610. Next week.
We got refreshments.
They didn't give you a heads up.
We got a lot of cake.